Yeah.
Oh man, it looks like it's going down out there in LA right now. We just watched a video. That video was supposedly the house of Big U getting raided by the feds. Big U, Bricc Baby, Luce Cannon. These are all people I've covered on this channel in the past. Apparently, they have all been arrested in connection to this operation that the federal government was running called Operation Drawdown. You can see on your screen this picture right here of everybody that was involved. In total, there were 19 people on this board. And after what the press is calling a years-long FBI investigation, they are accusing Big U of kidnapping and shooting a young rapper in the face and leaving his body in the Las Vegas desert over perceived disrespect and directing the robbery of an unlicensed smoke dispensary that had stopped making extortion payments to him. They also claim that he defrauded companies, donors, athletes, and celebrities, including professional basketball player Draymond Green and former NBA MVP Shaquille O'Neal. They say he persuaded them to donate to his charities and later allegedly transferred that money into his own personal bank accounts. They are being accused of violating the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, right? The RICO, which we've seen the federal government start to use more and more frequently. In an affidavit that was filed, a special agent with the FBI said that members and associates of Big U Enterprise used Big U and his history and reputation to control Los Angeles through violence, fear, and intimidation, and simultaneously attempted to create an air of legitimacy by promoting himself as a reformed gang member focused on bettering his community. They describe Big U Enterprise as operating like a mafia-like organization that relied on Big U's stature and long-standing association with the Rolling 60s and other street gangs to intimidate businesses and individuals. And as of right now, everybody has been arrested except for Big U. Now, the young rapper that they are saying Big U killed, his name was Rayshawn Williams. Apparently, on top of being a rapper, he was also a football player. And according to the affidavit that was filed 5 days before he was killed in January 2021, he had dropped a diss song. Now, it didn't say what the diss song was, but apparently he had lyrics that referred to Big U as bro that makes some money. He also rapped that he might get shot in the face for thinking shit's funny, and he also mentioned a 38 revolver, leaving no trace. That detail is wild because when he was killed, he was found in a ditch near a landfill. He had been shot in the face with the revolver that left no shell casings. Apparently, Big U had paid to fly this dude out from California to Las Vegas in January of 2021. He put him up in an Airbnb and he started coaching him on how to become a rapper. He was supposed to spend a week at the recording studio, but he missed a couple of days when he didn't show up. Big U and another guy, Robinson, drove from LA to Las Vegas to confront him. A friend of this kid that was killed identified that Big U and Robinson arrived to the Airbnb at about 2 a.m. That's when they confronted him about why he didn't show up. He said he didn't have a ride. The next day, Big U went to the studio. He got there at about 7 p.m. Williams arrived a couple hours later. They recorded until midnight. And at about 12:30 in the morning, Big U left the studio. Him and this other guy, Robinson, were in a dark gray Lexus. And shortly before 1 a.m., Big U's phone stopped reporting location data and didn't start again until about 2:15 in the morning. So keep that in mind. He left the studio at about 12:30. By 1, his phone was shut off, wouldn't report no more data, and didn't come back on until 2 in the morning. It said that surveillance footage at the Airbnb where Williams was staying captured a dark gray or silver sedan arriving at about 1:13. Williams got out of the car, went inside, and returned a few minutes later with his suitcase, despite the fact that the Airbnb was rented for another day and he wasn't set to leave on a flight until the next day. So that kind of indicates that maybe something happened at the studio. Maybe bro went went in there and recorded that diss song that we're talking about. But anyways, moving on. At about 3 o'clock that morning, a witness said that Big U returned to the studio alone. The witness said that Big U appeared to be drenched in either sweat or water. Big U told the witness that he was coming back from the gym. Hours later, at about 9 o'clock in the morning, Williams' body was found in the ditch. Authorities compared DNA collected from Williams' body to Big U's DNA profile, and the result was inconclusive, but Big U could not be excluded as a suspect. According to the affidavit, Big U allegedly arranged for all the recording equipment from the studio to be removed and for the surveillance footage from that night to be destroyed. The prosecutor believes that the footage might have shown an altercation between Big U and Williams. 1 month later is when they launched this investigation. Remember, this was back in 2021. So that's all the details from the affidavit that was filed in regards to this arrest, and that brings us up to speed to where we are today, which is everybody being arrested. Now, LA authorities held a press conference today, Wednesday the 19th, where they spoke a little bit more about this.
Good morning. I'm Joe McNally, the acting United States Attorney here in Los Angeles. Today, we're here to announce federal criminal charges against Eugene Henley Jr., a career criminal known as Big U, who used his contacts and leadership role in the Crips criminal street gang, the entertainment industry, and a youth charity to further his own criminal enterprise, an enterprise that engaged in murder, extortion, robbery, human trafficking, and other felonies. Mr. Henley and several other individuals linked to him and his criminal enterprise were charged in a criminal complaint with federal racketeering conspiracy. Mr. Henley is a fugitive, and he is currently wanted by federal law enforcement. Other individuals linked to his criminal enterprise were arrested today, approximately 10 defendants who are charged in various indictments. Again, Mr. Henley is a fugitive. 4 defendants are in state custody and will be transferred into federal custody. The Department of Justice's top priority is eliminating violent crime caused by criminal street gangs and organized crime. These organizations cause a tremendous amount of harm in our communities. And today's arrests are part of our office's efforts, FBI, IRS, LAPD, the team you see up here, to make our community safer and rid our streets of these criminal street gangs, including ones operated by violent felons like Mr. Henley, who are posing as savvy businessmen and community leaders, but in the end are violent criminals. The affidavit filed with the criminal complaint alleges that Mr. Henley operated Big U Enterprises, a mafia-like organization that utilized Mr. Henley's stature and long-standing association with the Crips criminal street gang and other gangs here in Los Angeles to intimidate businesses and individuals in our communities. As I said, Mr. Henley is a widely known leader within the rolling 60s. He rose to prominence in that gang decades ago, and he has since been a fixture on the internet, talk shows, and podcasts, all things that law enforcement have looked at closely as part of this investigation. He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label and of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles, funding a South LA-based charity, developing options, which purports to help at youth risk escape gang life and escape the perils of gangs in high crime areas. The facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheat, and the criminals that enabled him. For example, Mr. Henley engaged in a murder of a musician signed to his label in 2021 and dumped the victim's body in Las Vegas off of the I-15 freeway. He then attempted to evade and obstruct the investigation into the murder, including ordering witnesses not to speak with law enforcement. Finally, Mr. Henley is accused of embezzling donations made by celebrities, professional athletes, and businesses to his charity, Developing Options, which, as I said, purports to give South LA at-risk youth alternatives to gang violence, drugs, and other criminal activity. Henley used this charity as a front He used it to conceal his fraudulent activities, his criminal enterprises activities, and evade detection from law enforcement. If convicted on the racketeering conspiracy, he and his co-conspirators face approximately a 20-year federal prison sentence.
All right, so as y'all can see, it's a serious situation. It really looks like it's probably game over for Big U. We've been hearing these rumors and speculation about this for years now, and it looks like, you know, the federal government's been doing what they normally do, which is kicking back and letting the evidence collect and compound over time so that when they move in, they know they got everything they need for a conviction. And that's what it looks like they were doing right here. However, this story does have a little twist to it because this entire situation isn't really a shock to everybody, because there is one person who last week predicted that this was about to happen, and that person is Whack 100. He literally was on Clubhouse last week talking about Big U should prepare himself because the feds were coming. I swear you can't make this up. I don't know how Whack 100 would know that information ahead of time like that, but y'all listen to this Clubhouse call right here.
It's gonna be one of the ugliest falls I've seen of who the crime was committed against. He prides himself on what he does for the kids, and this is a kid that lived with him for like 2-3 years. Wow. You know, and you know, the mama was the mother of the organization. You know what I'm saying? So when the details hit, I got him. If they gonna hit, it's finna get bad. It's gonna get even worse. He gonna lose the support of the community and everything around him. And once this hit, them other agencies he been working with, then they gonna throw him away. Because whenever it's a body involved, especially this type of body where it ain't like no gang related shit, like some innocent type, they ain't finna keep protecting you.
That's a fact. That's a fact, Black.
So if a call me and tell me they need my DNA for something I did in Rochester, I'm gonna go give it to them because I know I ain't did nothing in Rochester. See, here's go the thing, right?
Because they can fraud you. They can put you up on some. My fault.
Hold on, bro. We already there. See, listen. They did to him was a reassurance. Any nigga that been in California Department of Corrections for a violent offense in the 90s on up to 2019, violent offense felony 2009, nigga, before we parole, they swabbing us. I spit in New York and they get it. When they put it in the IC database, it's gonna match as me. I got swabbed in 99 upon parole. He got swabbed in 2004. So the reason why they did that was a reassurance. That's why I know it's ugly. They already had his DNA. They had it, they tested it, it came back. Did was, we want to assure that we're right. And they put a warrant, they called him, they had the Nevada PD call him to come in, he refused. So they passed it to the feds. Got it. You remember when I said in 2023 of August, after Bricc baby said they picked Big U up 2 months later?
That's a fact.
We didn't know what that's what it was. So they picked him up and forced him to get a DNA. So they called the family and tell the family we got a match. Oh my God! His DNA is up under your son's fingernails.
Yeah, I feel like
now up at is the stupid answered questions when he was down there. They asked him when the last time you saw this person or this person, that person, and he told them, oh, 6 months, a year. Nigga, it's not believable that a human being went that long without washing their hands because your skin get up under his nails. You know, you had to see him. So he kind of himself saying he ain't been around him, but his DNA, but that ain't even the worst. The worst ain't even come out. So I told Six, until it come out, you don't say nothing, it come out, it's in the blog. Now this is an ugly, ugly situation. I will tell you this, is 8 ounces and 4 of them is 60 Crips. He ain't gonna get out of this. He better run. Niggas is really doing him a favor. Niggas is doing him a favor because I don't think he get what's going on. Hey, bro, you know they snatched you for DNA, but you didn't found on that kid's nails, and you ain't supposed to know right now. You better run, nigga. A nigga telling you what's happening.
So y'all hear what Wack is saying. We read in the affidavit that they did find DNA on this kid's fingernails that they suspected belonged to Big U. They wanted Big U to confirm it by providing DNA himself. But Wack is saying it didn't matter if he did or didn't provide it. They probably already had it because he did a bid back in the day. What they was trying to do was get some insurance on it, reassurance. Not only did we have his DNA collected back then that matched, but we have his DNA from right now that matched. Now they said it was inconclusive, but man, it's not looking good right now for Big U, that's for sure. I also find it interesting that last week WAG 100 was saying all this, but you know, right now I can't do nothing but look, you know, with the side eye at this situation, like, I wonder what's going on over there. I'm gonna keep my eyes on it. Y'all know I am, but for right now, that's the story, that's the situation, that's what we got. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about it in the comments down below. Anyways, that's basically it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, tap the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. As always, it's been fun rocking with y'all, man. I'm out.